start to add elements. Let's add intimacy. This is sharing secrets, a feeling of closeness, connectedness, bonding. Let's say we have that with someone, but we don't have passion, that is, no sexual arousal, and no commitment to maintain the relationship. This is liking. Sternberg calls it liking. And liking is really what is happening in most typical friendships. Not your closest friendship, but friendships of a casual kind. You feel close, you share certain information with that person that you don't share with many other people, but you're not physically attractive, and there's no particular commitment to maintaining this for a long period of time. Now, what if you're not intimate, you're not committed, but you're passionate? You feel that sexual arousal. This is what Sternberg would call infatuation, and that term probably works for you too, infatuated love. And this is love at first sight. I don't know you. We've never shared any secrets because I don't know you. I'm not committed to defining this as anything. I'm not committed to the future. In fact, I'm not thinking about the future. I'm thinking about right now, but boy, am I attracted. Right? That's infatuation. And that's what Sternberg means by infatuated love. The third kind of one-element relationship is there's no intimacy, right? No bonding, no closeness, no secrets, no physical attraction, no sexual arousal, but by gosh, we are going to maintain this relationship. We are committed to it for all time. Sternberg calls that empty love. Empty love is kind of interesting. It's often the final stage of long-term relationships that have gone bad. We don't share information with each other anymore, so there's no intimacy. We don't feel physically attracted to each other anymore. There's no passion. But we'd better stay together for the kids, right? Or we'd better stay together for appearance's sake. Or we'd better stay together because financially it would be a disaster if we don't. Or all the reasons other than intimacy and passion that people might commit to each other. That's what Sternberg calls empty love. Now, what's interesting is in societies where marriages are arranged, this is often the first stage of a love relationship. These two people who've maybe never seen each other before, who have never shared secrets, so there's no intimacy, who don't know if they're physically attracted to each other, are on their wedding day revealed to each other and committed legally and sometimes religiously to each other, right? The commitment is there, but at that moment, nothing else might be there. What's interesting, of course, is that such relationships don't seem to have any greater chance of ending in divorce than people who marry for love. But there's a big confound, there's a big problem in studies of those kind of relationships. What might it be? Anybody? What might be the problem in the statement I just made that these kind of relationships are just as likely to survive as people who marry for love? Yes? Yeah, so they may occur, they're more likely to occur in societies that frown on divorce. They make it very costly, socially costly to divorce. So they may stay together for all kinds of reasons, not always such good ones. All right, now, who was it who sang the song 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad? Is that Meatloaf? Who was it? It was Meatloaf. All right, if Professor Bloom says it was Meatloaf, it was Meatloaf. You're all saying there was a singer called Meatloaf? Meatloaf sang the song 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad. Let's see if 2 out of 3 ain't bad. What if you have intimacy, we share secrets, passion, we feel physically attracted to each other, but we're not making any commitments here. Sternberg calls that romantic love. This is physical attraction with close bonding, but no commitment. Romeo and Juliet, when they first met. This is often the way relationships start. We like each other. I'm physically attracted to each other and to you. I enjoy spending time with you, but I'm not making any long-term commitments here. I'm not even willing to use the L word in describing what it is we have, right? Many of you might have been in relationships of this sort. That's romance. That's romantic love. Now, what if you have intimacy? We share secrets with each other, but there's no particular physical attraction, but we are really committed to this relationship. This is what Sternberg calls companionate love. This is your best friend. We are committed to sharing intimacy, to being friends forever, but physical attraction is not part of the equation here. This is sort of the maybe the Greek ideal in relationships of some kind. All right, what if we have passion? I'm sexually attracted to you, but no intimacy. I don't want to really know that much about you. I don't really share anything of me with you, but I am committed to maintaining this physical attraction to you. Well, that's what Sternberg calls fatuous love. It's a whirlwind courtship. It's a Hollywood romance. It might lead to a shotgun wedding. Maybe you find yourself in Las Vegas and you get married for a day and a half and then realize that this wasn't such a good idea, and maybe your name is Brittany and you're a singer. Well, anyway, you get the idea. That's fatuous love. We are basically committed to each other for sex, but it's very hard to make those relationships last a long time because we might not have anything in common, we might not share anything with each other, we might not trust each other, we're not particularly bonded to each other. On the other hand, if you have all three, intimacy, passion, commitment, this is consummate love, according to Sternberg, complete love. This is how he defines